So they came and said to me and said, "Hope, we want you to join this course. It's 2 years." I'm like, 2 years course, me going back to school? No. Kid me not, I'm not. They said, "Hope, it's not 2 years because it's just 4 weeks in 2 years." I'm like, that's doable. They said, in the East African region, and it's a leadership course. I'm like, but no. Leading things and politics, no. That is not like my glass of water. No. I'm not going to go. They said, "No, what you're doing every day is actually you're leading a community."
When it comes to dance in Rwanda, you will not talk about that without talking about Mashirika. It's Mashirika that has given birth to poets, it's given birth to actors, it's given birth to a lot of amazing creative people. And the brain behind that is Hope Azeda. It is such a great privilege to welcome her to the show. Hope, it's lovely seeing you. How has Mashirika been for the last many years that you've been in
20 years.
Active? 20 years?
Yes.
Wait, Hope, Mashirika has been here for 20 years.
Yeah, we deal with issues in life, and we're invaded by technology. That means we have to keep getting better at our own game.
Yeah.
But it's been a great journey for us to define ourselves, first of all, as human beings. And that space of humanity, like who are we, first of all? Because in this space, personally, I believe like life is an encounter, and so is art. So whatever you encounter every day becomes your bouncing back.
Okay. As an explorer on this life's journey, what is it that you have encountered?
I've encountered very unimaginable stories, first of all, given the background of our history here. And every day you meet a human being, you open up this space that is safe, a space of trust. What we've been doing basically is using art as a tool for social transformation. So we've tapped on subjects of domestic violence, subjects of trauma because of what happened in our country, subjects of mental health, forgiveness and justice. We've gone as far as reconciliation, like also like trying to define what is reconciliation. So it has been issue after issue after issue. And then we're just thinking like, okay, 20 years after now, no more issues. But again, you find that you're talking about art, and art is about life. Art is is a mirror of society and life.
For as long as we live, art will exist.
Yeah, and as long as there is life, there's the two sides of it. There's darkness and light. Whether we like it or not, there will be a lighter side, there will be a dark side. So we always define it here as life is a path of thorns and roses.
So, before you started Mashirika, you could have gone into counseling. You'd have said, let me become a counselor, because that's what happens in that space. You encourage people to unpack. Why did you specifically go for music and dance?
Well, I think I found music and dance because it created a safe space easily, but music has the power, or art has the power. It is the master key to very difficult conversations. And it is that space that creates a space where you can walk in and breathe. It's a space where we accept mistakes. Every mistake is beautiful because it is a flavor or a color to the kind of art we are looking for. So there is a way art makes you breathe, and just play like a child. Tap on the innocence that you've lost for long. Reclaim or bring that child alive, or awaken that child in you, and just play, and it just feels good to play. So I think that my spirit as Hope, I love playing a lot and laughing a lot, and I think art gives me that.
That's crazy. Is it important for an adult to awaken that child in them?
It is very, very important, because it's the power of play is very important, because you cannot be creative if you can't play. You cannot be creative or innovative if you can't laugh. Imagine a life without laughter.
No.
Yeah. Or imagine a life where you have grown from kindergarten to university and you've never sang.
Never.
Yeah. So basically, it's a pulse to help us breathe. And so the child in us is very important, but also the child is very nice in healing processes.
Wow.
When you're going through very difficult circumstances, and then suddenly you start tapping on the other child that used to play, that was really above problems, that was floating above issues.
Yes.
there's some nice feeling around it, and it's always nice to bend that side.
Even when you talk about healing, when somebody is struggling with something in their adulthood, in most cases they will be asked about their childhood. How was it? So even the harsh childhood memories play a role in the healing of an adult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that child is very important.
Oh, it is. It's very important. Yeah. It's very important because everyone holds that child in their souls. We carry that child in us.
And was it easy for people to buy your idea?
Not at all, because there's a way art has always been seen as just an entertainment. Anything, art has always been seen as anyone can do it. Anyone can sing, you dance, or you go to school to learn how to dance. Go do something more serious. So it has never been taken as, to buy it really took time. Took time. It's not until when they see a very well crafted production on stage and they say there was something unique. These guys are very professional. Then that's when they start realizing that we put in so much time in it.
Yes.
And you can tell that even like in our society, it's not bought us yet, but we are almost there.
What do you normally go through to get that team of people?
Yeah. So to get that team of people to help us do that, first of all, the way we get our clients is that you can see their messages out in newspapers, and people are looking for like a mass communication or mass sensitization about a certain issue. It could be even a law people are not just buying into. It could be some health outbreak somewhere. It could be some behavior change issue that wants to be changed. Let's say like violence against children. That has been our biggest campaign with UNICEF. So how do we get people here? For the last 20 years, we've focused also on restructuring how our company works. So we have the community theater department, because both me and my other business partner, our background is theater for development. So we are given skills on identifying a gap in society, and then you start responding to that gap using the arts. And then through that, you need a good team on board. So we have had to train writers. We have had to train people who go out to the community to do the research work, because they will start with the desk research. You need to know exactly why are people not buying into this? What are they?
So that you can incorporate it into the play.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't want to take something, my teacher used to say, you don't want to take pork and sell it in a Muslim community. No. You want to take something that will be bought back. So what is the problem here? Why are men not buying into this and women are buying into this? Yet it's a big obstacle in their development. So you go into the roots of the issues, and to do that, you need good people go to communities and interview people. They bring this material, and then you take it back to them. Then we start developing characters like this. So it's a back and forth community, our office, community, our desk, community, our desk. So the communities or our society are part of the authors and directors of what we take back to them.
I love that.
So by the time
come to you and you feed them with some, you don't just
we don't just land from nowhere. We've been with them into creating this. It's like we've been cooking this meal together, and finally it's ready to share.
Along the way you started Ubumuntu Arts Festival.
Yes.
It has grown to be a phenomenal festival. I doubt we have a similar one anywhere else in East Africa. How did that come to be?
So 6 years ago, I was approached by alumni of the Africa Leadership Initiative, and their purpose is to push you from success to significance. So they came and said to me, Hope, we want you to join this course. It's 2 years. I'm like, 2 years course? Me going back to school? No. Kid me not, I'm not. They said, Hope, it's not 2 years, because it's just 4 weeks in 2 years. I'm like, that's doable. They said, in the East African region, and it's a leadership course. I'm like, but no. Leading things and politics, no. That is not like my glass of water. No. I'm not going to go. They said, no, what you're doing every day is actually you're leading a community.
It's leadership, not just about politics.
That's because I don't want, So
I keep saying we're all leaders, but in a different capacity.
At the end of this 2 years course, you're supposed to sign out with a legacy-driven project. Okay. And that legacy-driven project has to be very challenging. it's not just another play like you used to do. It's not anything. So I had to push myself. I was like, you know, every time I travel, and because of the kind of performances we do, people are like, well, how do you do this? But I found that the performances we do that really touch people's lives are performances that we have developed with the genocide memorial.
Oh.
So the plays that have come from the testimonies from the genocide memorial have touched people around the world. Then that's when the idea came to say, why don't we do a festival in this space? But that was the most craziest ever thing to think about. We were like, hope nobody's going to show up. Why do you take things to the memorial? I'm like, why not? Why can we not have this conversation?
Our stories come from there.
This is a story, and this is not a Rwandan story, this is a global story. What has happened here has happened elsewhere before. How about we use this as a backdrop of a failed humanity to, you know, inspire us to create works as artists, to make sure that this never happens anywhere around, not on our watch, as long as we are still alive. So that's how I jumped into the sea without even a dollar.
That's
and
a very
it started
crazy
like
idea.
a festival in a place where people are questioning a lot. But that's what I really wanted at that time. Now I felt like this is what they mean by challenge, because not every play fits in that place. You have to read scripts carefully, you have to craft the content and conversation. So it's the only festival where you find that has a different theme every year. So like our theme last year was walls, barriers, and borders. And we're talking about mental issues, we're talking about the walls, immigration of people thinking that going abroad is, you know, your answer is your exit to wealth. But again, it was really nice to understand also that the walls which are mental health is also an epidemic in our young people. We need to talk about social media and mental health. We need to talk about these conversations.
Yeah, depression.
Depression, all of these things that are going on with the young people, depression, anxiety, that we don't usually talk in our own conversations. So this year, again, our theme is going to be like breathe. And breathe. So we are saying like stop, breathe, and live. Because we are failing to stop and breathe.
The idea behind breathe?
Breathe is like, we are breathing, but you know, as soon as we finish this interview, we're going to look at our phones, like next, what did I, which phone did I, oh my God, I have three missed calls. You know, these 2 emails, you know, you're constantly chasing life, and we fail to just stop, breathe, because even a car, an engine cannot run non-stop. An engine stops and goes to recharge, and you recharge, change the oil. But human beings don't even have time. I don't even whether you have had lunch today or even had 2 glasses of
We're not talk about that.
Okay, we're just like running and running and running. But again, innovation is also becoming an obstacle in our lives as human beings. The climate change issue is coming on board. And some of us think that that's maybe a Western problem, but environmental issues are our own issues as well. They are our global issues. So we are talking, one foot is in lifestyle and another foot is environment. Yeah.